everybody, I'm your host Woody, and today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 bizarre things discovered in the middle of the ocean. From lost cities to evidence of aliens, of course. Let's get into it. Number 10. Garfield. In the 80s in France, people were baffled when Garfield started constantly washing up on shore, specifically a phone that is in the shape of the orange cat. The phenomenon went on for 35 more years, Garfield's continuously drifting ashore like a chubby lasagna-loving message in a bottle. The pictures of the water-damaged cats polluting rocks and beaches look like something straight out of a movie or a weird Photoshop. The reasoning behind the cats taking over France wasn't revealed until 2019, when it was discovered that a shipping container had fallen off a boat and became trapped in an underwater cave. Comments on the situation said things like, "I'm going to assume that the shipwreck happened on a Monday," and another person pointed out the fact that this means the Garfields weren't even packaged or organized, just thrown loose into the container in a mountain of orange. Number 9. Train graveyard. In 1985, a man named Paul Hepler was mapping the bottom of the ocean near New Jersey when his device picked up a reading of two massive metal objects. 90 feet underwater, he discovered two different trains that had been missing since the 1850s. He said, "I didn't know what it was at first because the water was dirty and the visibility was so bad back then. Once I got a better look at it in later dives, I could see they were locomotives." The trains are incredibly rare models, as only a few were made before they quickly became obsolete. The interesting thing is, nobody knows how the trains actually came to rest under the 90 feet of water. Some theories suggesting that they were being transported across the ocean when they were hit by a bad storm, falling overboard and quickly sinking to the ocean floor. The trains have no record of going missing and don't even have any record of ever being built. Number 8. Robot hand. Let's not go very far and take a look at something that washed up on a beach in Staten Island. An organization called Underwater New York is responsible for photographing and documenting unusual objects that either wash up on beaches in New York or are found lurking on the ocean floor. A couple was walking down Great Kills Park Beach when they discovered a metal object in the sand. It turned out to be a large robotic hand with articulated fingers, though some of the fingers were missing. There seems to be no explanation for where the hand came from, so it could be similar to the other stories where some sort of animatronic was being shipped across the water before meeting an unfortunate demise. Or it could be remnants of a robot versus alien war that took place thousands of years ago before humans inhabited the Earth, but that's just my theory. Underwater New York has lots of cool and creepy photos, so check out their site if you're interested in more. Number 7. Yonaguni Complex. Yonaguni, Japan made their own discovery in 1985, but unfortunately this time it was not Garfield. Instead, divers found what appeared to be a massive underwater pyramid. There were also 5 other structures in various states of falling apart: temples, a stadium, a castle, a massive arch, and more. They're all connected by roads and what appears to have once been a massive wall surrounding everything. There are also carved inscriptions which appear to have been written in an old language that was once used in the area. A Japanese marine biologist suggests that this is a sort of Japanese Atlantis, a civilization that they believe sank around 5,000 years ago. They figured this out by dating stalactites that were found in underwater caves that they think sank alongside the city. Some people believe that these are just natural formations, but the city layout seems too perfect to just be naturally occurring. Number 6. Undersea River. Now let's look at something that is naturally occurring but still pretty damn cool and bizarre. If you've ever watched SpongeBob, you know that they appear to have a beach underwater, and you probably thought that that was pretty ridiculous. But turns out it's actually pretty real. Researchers discovered a massive flowing river at the bottom of the Black Sea, complete with rapid waters and even waterfalls. It reaches depths of 115 feet and even has a volume of water more than the River Thames. It functions basically the same as a river on land, carving out water channels and even flooding plains. So how does this happen? Well, it's due to the content of the water. The Undersea River has a higher salt content, making it denser, causing it to stay near the ocean floor and flow with its own current. It has provided us a lot of insight into how sea creatures in certain areas survive, and it's just pretty damn cool to look at. Number 5. Flying saucer. We're at the halfway point, and that means it's alien time. Treasure hunters were using sonar to sweep the Baltic Sea when they picked up what appeared to be a shipwreck. But it wasn't just any normal shipwreck, it looked to be an alien shipwreck. It is known as the Baltic Sea anomaly, and they couldn't really figure out what it might actually be. From above, it looks like the exact shape of the Millennium Falcon, but I don't think they found Han Solo anywhere nearby. It's also absolutely massive, being around 197 feet in diameter. The group that made the discovery said, "Let us put it like this. We have tried a lot of theories. The list is getting shorter and shorter with options, so for now we don't really know. We do not have anything that speaks more for one option or the other." Other theories include things like a Russian spaceship or a World War II submarine device, but I'll stick with aliens for now. Number 4. Mysterious structure. Archaeologists discovered a massive cone-shaped structure in the Sea of Galilee. The form is made up of boulders. It is absolutely massive, 70 meters in diameter and 200 meters down below sea level, estimated to weigh around 60,000 tons. They have found structures like this before, which were used thousands of years ago to attract and breed fish, but this one is absolutely massive compared to all the others that they've found. They think it may have also been created to attract fish when there was an economy based around fish and marine life. They also think that it may have originally been created on land but eventually sunk underwater as sea levels rose over time. It's also been suggested that this was a structure used to mark a grave or large burial ground. The researchers reporting that they believe the structure could be around 4,000 years old. Number 3. Underwater prison. Who doesn't love an abandoned prison? But maybe that's not enough to get you excited anymore. So how about an underwater abandoned prison? A prison was established in Estonia outside of a small town, being put together by the Soviet Union. It was located on the edge of a limestone quarry, and they used the prisoners to work in the quarry and collect the goods. It lasted like this for a while until Estonia gained their independence in 1991. The Soviets moved out, leaving behind everything that they had established, including the prison. Because of this and the fact that no one was maintaining the groundwater, it started to flood into the quarry, effectively creating a new lake in its place. As the water level rose, it completely swallowed the quarry and a majority of the prison buildings. Only a small part of the prison is still visible above the water, and it's now become a very popular spot for divers. Number 2. Rubber ducks. 30 years ago, almost 30,000 rubber ducks took a trip around the world, and they didn't even have to pay for a cruise ticket. Similarly to the Garfield phones, the bath toys were being transported from China to the United States in a shipping container. But unfortunately, the container fell into the water and opened up, releasing 28,800 rubber ducks into the sea. They followed the currents and ended up in many different destinations across the world, being reported in places like Hawaii, the United Kingdom, and South Africa. Many different people went in search of the ducks in hopes to both find and track their journeys, and one such person even wrote a book about it titled Moby Duck. While a paddling of bright yellow ducks in the middle of the ocean is pretty fun to look at, it gets stomped on by the massive conversation about pollution and plastics in our waters. Number 1. Underwater spiders. Now let's end it off with something creepy and disgusting and just horrible to think about. At least for me anyways. 250 years ago, explorers first encountered the scuba spider, a spider that actually lives underwater. They do this by trapping air bubbles in their web, using it like a fish gill. When scientists captured 12 of these spiders to study them, they discovered that the creature can breathe underwater for over 24 hours, able to hide itself away from both predators and prey. An entomologist said, "It shows how amazing and versatile spiders can be, and I honestly wish spiders would just be a little less amazing and versatile." So next time you're in the ocean and get frightened by a piece of seaweed brushing your leg, don't panic. It's probably not seaweed, just a spider. Thank you guys for watching. That was 10 bizarre things discovered in the middle of the ocean. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to like and subscribe and maybe check out some more of our stuff. I've been Woody and you've been amazing. Join us next time for more lists and scary things.